everyone, Alison here. This week's episode is brought to you by Third Love. Put fit first with Third Love. Third Love uses real women's measurements to create bras that fit better, available in sizes AA through G, as well as their exclusive half cup sizes. Ooh. Try one of Third Love's 24/7 bras free for 30 days. If it's not your new favorite, return or exchange it for free. Go to thirdlove.com/happy hour now and try Third Love free for 30 days. I have one of these bras, ladies. Totally worth it. thirdlove.com/happy hour.
Now entering Nerdist.com.
Everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. Glad you remembered your name.
Yeah, I did. Thank goodness.
This week, like every week, we are going to sip some booze and spit us some news.
Yum. This booze is yummy today.
It is yummy. Sitting in with us, as always, the man on the knobs.
Yeah.
Really, the knob noobs.
Knob noobs?
Tom Super Krajewski.
Super Krajewski. You guys, we are off to a spectacular start.
The wheels are still on, but they are wobbling.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a good... By the way, we're bug-free.
We're bug-free!
Yeah. And they tinted the...
garage, too?
The garage,
okay,
too.
So don't open any small drawers in case we release extra gas
there was
and die.
one, and it's already open.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, it was open the whole time.
So there'll be no termites eating the pencils in my pocket.
Nope.
Why do you have pencils in your pocket?
Hey,
do people carry
you know
pencils
what?
anymore?
That seems uncomfortable.
It does, especially solid wood pencils.
Yeah.
Like not even a nice, comfortable design pencil.
Right.
But I know they're safe. Thank you, Alex.
They're
I
safe.
appreciate that.
Your number twos are fine, as they say. Yeah, it was a whole fucking ordeal, man.
Yeah. What was it like coming back?
It wasn't actually that bad. The most annoying part was just like being here. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Well, so we were here on Friday. The guy came, or the guys came with the big truck, and we walked through the house. They, yes, all the bagging stuff, great. You know, everything's open, great. And then he was like, "All right," and I left him the key. And then it's really cool because I don't know if I talked about this in the last time, but people would break in,
Yeah.
and then die.
Right.
So dumb.
So they got what's coming to them.
Well, yeah, sort of, but still. They have this new thing where they set up this whole home video surveillance system.
Oh.
Yeah, it's this new thing that they're doing with the termite tenting.
Wow, it's that bad of a problem.
It is that. I mean, it's that bad
amazing.
of a problem that they have now. So weekend goes fine. Mother's Day, yay!
Right,
everything's great. But we had to spend the night at a hotel Sunday night.
Oh, when you came back up
with Monty.
Oh, with the pups.
Yeah, and so it was a little bit like I was just sort of like, I don't want to, because she's like, we're up on the 15th floor. She's got to go pee. It's like you got to take her down. And then Heather just, forgot poop bags, forgot her leash. So we had literally tied the bathrobe robe tie onto Monty's collar and then walked her through the hotel. And people were just like, what? And I was like, I know. It's like we're fucking hobos.
Did you call the front desk to see if they... Because hotels that allow dogs, it wouldn't be crazy for them to have like...
A leash
or poop bags.
Well, they had poop bags, but they weren't poop bags. They were just basically the bags that you put in the trash cans.
Oh, yeah.
So they had bags.
Right.
So that's where we got the poop bag when, asked them for poop bags. But anyway... So in the morning, they were like, the guy was like, we'll be here between 8 and 9.
Now we're back to the termite people.
Oh, yeah. So Monday, we'll be here between 8 and 9.
Yeah.
Somebody obviously has to be there. Otherwise, they're just going to be like, all right, bye. Your house is unlocked, and now there's no tent.
Yeah.
And I just was like, well, fuck it. I'm leaving. I'm not going to wait here in the hotel. Mm-hmm. I hadn't gotten a text. So I literally drove to the house, parked out front.
And waited?
Wow.
Oh, what time did they show up?
They showed up at about 9:30.
Okay.
So 45 minutes of just sitting in the car.
Yeah.
Good news is it's an electric vehicle called the Tesla, so I had the stereo was going, the AC was going.
You weren't wasting any gas.
It's not a problem. And then the guy was like, yeah, everything's great. We're going to start. It was great.
Yeah.
3 hours later, the tent was down.
You just sat in your car for 3 hours?
And I hate when I have to blow time like that.
Yeah.
So do I, yeah.
And Monty's sitting in the front seat, too.
Yeah.
Like, she's just like, what are we doing? Why aren't we in the fucking house? It's right there. And I'm like, Jesus. Anyway,
Man.
but then we walked in, and it's just like, it was like nothing ever happened.
Right. But no termites.
No termites.
No small piles of sawdust.
Nope. I mean,
goodness.
yeah, and then I vacuumed it up, but now they won't come back. Kick out holes, by the way. That's what they were called.
Because they kick out their
Kick out the dust.
leftovers.
They're like, get out of here, dust.
You're kicked out.
You're out.
I live here now, dust.
Yeah. This is my home.
You go back to college.
My new home.
Anyway, yeah.
Man.
So that was the big thing.
You had to
Awesome.
unbag all your stuff, all the food, and
Yeah.
whoa. I'd
That
still be
wasn't so
worried
bad,
though, unbagging the food and thinking there might be some stuff in there seeped into your pancake mix.
Well,
Yeah.
the good news is we
Pancakes.
didn't actually have a lot of food.
Right.
like-
We talked about
that's
that
right,
because
yeah.
you're bad at life stuff or whatever we talked about last episode.
And life stuff. But like we did stuff that we were like, you know what? We're just gonna take this. Like we took our coffee machine.
Smart. Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
because
a
there were
good idea,
beans
yeah.
in it. And we were like, well, how do we get the beans? And I was like, well, I'll just dump the beans out. And then Heather was like, I feel like we should. So that literally our coffee. I keep saying literally. Our coffee cup was in the back, or our coffee machine was in the back of Heather's car the entire time.
Right.
And like I put Heather's jewelry in the frunk.
The front. Oh, the front trunk.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
most people won't look
Right,
to see
in
if
the
there's a
front.
frunk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Smart.
What
Smart.
Has a frunk? The
My-
Tesla has a
yeah,
frunk?
my
By the way,
Really?
speaking
The
of
front
people
trunk.
stealing stuff out of cars, I had some good friends who were in Italy this past
Fucking
week.
Italy.
Yeah. And they rented a car because they were driving from Rome to Florence, and so
Mm-hmm.
they rented the car in Rome, and then they drove around in Rome and like stopped to go do touristy stuff.
Yeah.
And they came back to their car, and someone stole all of their luggage out of the car.
Did they call a hot cop?
No, I know, right? They weren't
You're
in
like,
the right
look,
city.
I'm gonna give you a
But-
number.
Connection.
But
Yeah.
weirdly enough, this past week was the 1-year anniversary
Oh my God.
of the Great Italian Phone Napping of 2016.
That was a year ago?
Yeah, I know. So I posted an Instagram about it, and then my friend who was in Italy commented on it and was like, our luggage just got stolen in Italy yesterday. I now know you're paid. And I'm like,
my
that
God.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? I wonder why.
Italy's just a bunch of
Italy?
thieves.
I guess so.
Amazing
Hence
pasta
the
and
mob.
thieves.
Oh, speaking of amazing pasta, we just went to this pasta joint last night and had amazing
Italian
pasta.
restaurant, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't think people
Some might
call them
call
pasta
it,
joints.
Some might call it a pasta joint.
Where did you go?
John and Vinny's.
Oh, yeah. John and Vinny's is fantastic.
Yeah, it's the son of a gun guys.
Wait, it's
and
been here for
Animal.
like almost 2 years. How have you just gone?
We just never like Italian is never the thing that we're like, let's go get Italian.
It's funny because John and Vinny's I wouldn't think of like as Italian. It's more of like a fancy pizzeria.
yeah, but they have like fucking
They
their
have
pastas are
amazing
bonkers.
pastas. Yeah.
And
yeah.
their salad was great. Like we had the
No,
like
all
spicy
of their food's
Caesar.
amazing. They also do brunch, which is like shocking.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's really good.
Ooh,
I know.
That's
I
interesting.
know. So, guys, I just was at a wedding this weekend.
Ooh, yeah.
How is the 2012 wedding
2012?
bonanza or 2017 wedding bonanza?
It's great, but this was the
2012
wedding.
was all right, but 2017's been crazy.
This wedding was for my friend Richie Keene, the director of Fist Fight, who was on
He was on Drunksmith.
on Drunksmith,
Yeah.
and so he's now happily married, and it was really awesome to be
Amazing.
at his wedding.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a really wonderful. They got married up in wine country. It was just a really wonderful
that's
weekend.
Santa
great.
Barbara or like
Yeah.
North
San
of Santa
Francisco?
Barbara. They were like
San Luis Obispo
Solvang
or-
and
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same
and
area,
Los
yeah.
Olivos and
Yep.
all
Santa
that.
Los
Barbara
Olivos, I
wine
love that area.
Yeah, Santa Ynez. I don't know.
Where'd they get married? Like a winery
No,
or like?
I couldn't even tell you the name of this
Okay.
place. It's
'Cause I
literally
know everything up
it's
there.
like an estate in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
we
Joe's
couldn't.
house.
What?
Joe's house?
Yeah, I
Oh
know
yeah,
the-
good old Joe's house.
Yep.
You couldn't even drive there. You had to like catch a shuttle from one of the locations and get shuttled in because I mean it's literally like a dirt road and then you drive up the dirt road
Yeah.
for like 5 to 10 minutes and then there's just this like insane
Beautiful
estate.
mansion, yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, where did this come from? Yeah.
I've been off. So first off, I'm a very optimistic person, very positive vibes. So
I know, that's why we're
often
friends.
Daydream
Yeah.
about like what I would do with all the money in the world, kind of a shit.
All the money.
all the monies.
You
But
get
one of the
remarried?
things is I get remarried to my wife.
Yeah. Well,
would
it
be
sounds like you're about to say this. I would throw a wedding like
Oh.
that. Yeah. No.
No,
I'm thinking winery.
I think
not wedding.
I've done that.
Okay.
That box was checked.
Yeah. You've had a pretty
Uh,
spectacular wedding.
Yeah,
too.
I don't know if we'd be able to
Right.
supersede that one.
No.
No, but I often think about like where you would get a vacation home.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Because so some of our relatives, like my parents have a house in La Jolla.
Yeah.
That was their sort of vacation home. And I
Right.
was like, oh, that's interesting. And we have, my mother-in-law, she has a couple vacation homes. She has one in Newport and one in Carmel.
Yeah.
And so it was sort of like, where would I?
We know you're very fancy, Alex.
Well, they're not. It sounds fancy. It's not as fancy
Yeah.
as it sounds. I
You
mean,
live
it's
at-
very
you live-
fancy.
You have a very fancy
The
family.
beach
Fancy
house is
family.
pretty fancy.
Yeah, that's a pretty
That
fancy
is
vacation.
fancy.
Nice.
That is very nice. Very true. But anyway, I often think about like where
Like,
I
where would you get your vacation
Yeah.
home?
And we went to Santa Barbara because Heather went to UC Santa Barbara.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, so she's a gaucho. So she's like
I'm sorry, a what?
A gaucho.
That's their mascot.
The UC Santa Barbara Gaucho. It's not as fancy as the University of Santa Cruz Slugs.
No, that's not a thing.
That is pretty fancy.
Why would someone make a slug their mascot?
I don't know, but it's awesome. And
I guess.
Love to.
But that doesn't strike fear in the hearts of your opponents when you face them in tennis matches or something like that.
Yeah, but if you lose to a slug, you suck.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it brings great shame upon your family.
Yeah, the aardvark walks home sad.
Yeah, the aardvark.
But anyway, but that's one. So we went up to Santa Barbara and we just were there for one night, and we were like, it is so nice up here. And it's easy to get to because it's really only like an hour and a half.
It's 2 hours.
It's 2 hours with traffic.
No. It's 2 hours without traffic because I just drove this. It's over 3 if there's traffic.
Yeah.
It's a little brutal.
That's the problem. Yeah. It's one of the places that I used to fly when I was doing my solo cross-country
Oh,
really?
flight stuff. Yeah, so I flew from Hawthorne to Santa Barbara.
You're not a pilot, but you're a pilot if it's an emergency.
Yeah, I am the pilot that you hope doesn't have to be the one flying the plane.
Right.
But the plane will fly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, worst case scenario, the plane is still in the air.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking to anybody on the comms. Most of the dials
You're like, I'm just stressing about flying this plane.
Yeah. I'm like, I know how to turn the XM satellite radio on. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
That's amazing.
But I used to fly up there, and it was only 45 minutes, which
that's
is sort
awesome.
of like,
nice.
That's the way to do it, is you're like, oh, just hop on a... I mean, to be honest,
No bigs.
that was the goal, right?
Does it have a shrimp devainer in the plane you fly up there?
A shirt to gainer?
Shrimp
devainer? Oh,
shrimp devainer.
Oh, shrimp devainer.
Yeah.
Because you're rich, Alex. That's what she's asking.
It's in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Where people actually casually...
With a stash of cocktail sauce.
Yeah, behind the Pilates studio.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a plane with a Pilates studio and a shrimp devainer.
That's a whole other different 20,000 mile... What is it? 20,000 mile club? High mile club? What's it? When you have sex in a plane?
Mile High Club. The 20,000 miles
Can you tell
up.
I've obviously never had sex on a plane?
The banged in a plane bathroom club.
Right.
I think there's a more elegant way to put it.
Yeah.
The banged in a plane.
Banged in a plane.
I don't want to do that.
Why
right?
not?
Because there's no... First off, I don't want to be in those bathrooms to begin with.
Well, I wouldn't want to do it on a commercial flight, but I'm saying on a private.
Well, that's different. Because
Yeah.
then you're basically just having the sex in the back of a minivan.
I'm just happy to do it anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, I'm just happy to have sex, period.
Yeah, you're like, I'll take it up in the air.
Speaking of having
down
sex,
in the ground.
The alleyway
let's
outside
segue into emails.
Okay.
There has to be some sexual email in there somewhere.
There
I have
is
no
actually.
idea.
Well, not really, but here we go.
we'll make
I just feel like we get off on tangents too much in the beginning of the show.
She
So
said get off.
get off.
Yeah.
I did. I totally
So much stuff. Here's one that's fun. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Ready for the subject?
So ready.
A fucking Allison story.
Oh.
Fan fiction.
Oh no.
I don't like how you start a fucking Allison
A fucking
fan
Allison
fiction.
story.
Alex, is
fan
this a
fiction.
story?
Wait,
Dirty
ready
the way
for
you
this?
say it.
Haha. Made you look, Alex.
All right.
All right, good.
A few episodes ago, you guys talked about Alex's laugh.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I felt like it was very familiar, but I couldn't figure out why. After you talked about it, it made me even more curious. I finally figured it out.
Oh wow.
He laughs like Tigger from Winnie and the Pooh.
Oh.
Did you say Winnie and the Pooh?
No, Winnie the Pooh.
You said
Winnie
Winnie,
the
and
Pooh.
the Pooh.
I think I said Winnie and the Pooh, but that's because I
That's
was
his
reading.
band.
Winnie and the Pooh?
Winnie and the Poohs.
Yeah. It's a shitty band.
sure I was gonna say
Wait, doesn't Tigger laugh like woohoo?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know if how I remember Tigger laughing.
Yeah, Tigger's like woohoo.
Woohoo.
You do kind of laugh like that. Ah.
I don't think that's
No, if the
pretty good.
hoo-hoos were ha's, that's kind of a little.
That's basic, but that's Mario.
Oh yeah, it's me, Mario.
And it's also Mickey Mouse. If you go
Oh, yeah.
higher. Hey, kids.
I can't go higher.
I can't go
I was at a
higher.
wedding all weekend.
I was drunk at a wedding. I can't go
I have
higher.
blown vocal cord voice.
Fucked up my vocal cords.
Fucked him up real bad. Who's this from?
Anyway, this is from Roger.
Hi, Roger.
By the way, I think you guys should
Wait,
do...
Roger who?
Roger Chow.
Oh, I'm excited. Things are going to happen
right.
at the end of this podcast.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see.
This is
Are
gonna
we
circle
folding
back
the
around.
universe?
Things are going to circle back around. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Good.
By the way, I think you guys should do a 4-hour 4th of July series. Since you did mention something about doing more than just once a year of Drunksmith. Oh, which we should mention.
Should we talk about this now?
I mean, I feel like that's a good segue, right?
That is a good segue. That's not a terrible idea if we're all in town for 4th of July.
Also, isn't that's around the time of the thing?
Okay, so here's the thing. This is a call out to our listeners.
Oh, yeah, right.
We are trying to do something. We can't say what because nothing is set in stone yet, but we're trying to do something.
We're trying to do something.
Maybe
it's nothing.
Well, we're trying to do something.
Get excited about
Hold on.
Sorry.
We're trying to do something big at San Diego Comic-Con this year. But to do what we want to do, we will need a liquor sponsor.
Yes.
Or an alcohol sponsor, I should say. It could be beer.
It could be beer. It could be wine. It could be liquor.
It could be schnapps for all I care.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
What?
Sorry,
you just
go
had
ahead.
a thought.
I did.
So we're going to take a wild shot in the dark here and think that some of our listeners might work within the alcohol industry.
Yeah.
And if you guys do, please email us at halfhourhappyhourfans@gmail.com.
Correct.
And put in the subject sponsor for SDCC. San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we actually look at it, and we will.
Unlike all those other subjects that we just fuck off.
Well, no, but I mean,
No,
I don't want them getting lost in like
dick spiders.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
spiders.
if you want a sponsor for
so we're looking for a sponsor.
Dick spider email had the sponsor info in it.
We're looking for a sponsor to pull off something awesome at San Diego Comic-Con, and what we're pulling off will be something that if you're at San Diego Comic-Con, you can come to, but if you're not, you will still be able to listen or know what's happening.
Yeah.
So this will benefit all listeners at all times.
So basically, we're trying to go from recording one live show.
Let's not talk about what we're trying to do.
No, I'm not. I was going to be vague. We're just trying to go from what we usually do, which is just record one episode and release an episode just like any other week. It just happens to be a Comic-Con. We want to figure out how we can expand that in a very Drunksmith way, but not and in association with Nerdist.
So the sponsor would have that outlet as well. So that's we're putting the call out.
Yeah, it's cool.
So if you guys can help us make that happen, shoot us an email.
I like it.
Thank you. That was a good segue. That was a great segue from Robert.
Great segues. You started randomly talking about sex, which then segued into me reading the Fuck Allison story, which wasn't actually a Fuck Allison story, but then that segued into what we wanted to talk about. Oh, this is great.
You guys, it all happens for a reason. I
feel like we gotta stop. Like that's
it. Like we did the episode.
It's never gonna get any better than that.
I'm a little sad about that.
All right, we'll talk about spiders.
Oh God damn it!
No
spiders in video games.
Oh Jesus!
This seems right up your alley. This is from Andy.
Is this Limbo? It's from Annie.
Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Good morning, HHHR crew.
Oh, good morning.
I've been listening to the podcast for well over a year now.
Yeah.
And you guys never fail to get me through awful crap like yard work or long commutes. So thank you for that.
Oh, Alex had to take a break to burp.
Keep being awesome. Obviously, when I saw this article about old school NES cartridges being stuffed with live spiders and then mailed into the country, you guys were the first people I thought about.
Oh my gosh.
Check it out. Hopefully they are not the Australian dick-biting variety. Andy from Chicago.
Oh my goodness. He's from Chicago?
Andy from Chicago.
Oh, sweet. Wait,
ready
what are you talking about?
Here's the story. Nintendo cartridges headed for America contain dozens of live contraband spiders.
Oh wow!
Contraband spiders.
So it's illegal in the States.
But what?
But
because they're worth something?
Yeah. Well, there's the whole exotic pet trade, which is all fucked up.
You know, like dick biting spiders. Pretty exotic.
Dick biting, yeah. Everybody wants a good dick biting spider. And by the way, if they name the spider Dick, that's amazing. It's Dick the dick biting spider. Fucking great. That's an animated series waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they found these old, and by the way, it was like Super NES cartridges. Like they were old cartridges that were, basically like being sent as if they were bought on eBay. Yeah. But then when they opened up the actual cartridge itself, it had dozens of little capsules, and each of the capsules was filled
with spider eggs?
What they think is a baby tarantula.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there was like 75 of these things. In one UPS package.
Man-made capsules?
Yeah. So the whole concept was they were using it to smuggle in contraband illegal spiders into the United States for sale on the exotic pet market.
Yeah.
Who the fuck wants to own a spider?
People want to own tarantulas.
I don't get that at all.
I don't either, but it's a thing.
Even snakes. Like, I can get it. I get it. Sometimes they're cool. But every time a snake's head looks at me, I'm like, I'm out. Like, it's okay. I can have a snake on my arm as long as the head is pointed away. I understand snakes more
than spiders.
Well, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But even like scorpions. Like scorpions, you're like, it's a thing. It's in the case. It's like dangerous looking.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I'm a meth dealer. I'm like, I want a cage of scorpions.
I told my friend the other day that when I was a kid, I really wanted a pet lizard. And she's like, well, why don't you get a pet lizard now? Yeah. And I was like, I was like
a gecko or a...
Yeah, but I was like, I am single enough as it is. I don't need a guy to walk into my apartment and me be like, hi, here's my pet lizard. Yes, he's wearing a Giants jersey. He's amazing.
His name is Eddie Lizard.
Yeah.
Here's my pet lizard, Eddie Lizard, wearing a Giants jersey.
And then then it has nothing to do with the fact that he's a lizard. It has to do with the fact that I just wasn't creative at all in naming it.
Yeah, exactly. No, his name is literally just Eddie. It was coincidental that there's also a comedian named Eddie Izzard.
Always wanted, yeah. I was like, that's just not something I need to explain in my adult life.
Yeah. It's so funny how things at a certain point you just go, I don't think I can.
I don't think that's what I need.
It's a little bit like everybody loves the velvet portrait that I have of myself over my desk. I would never be able to, like, the thing that makes that okay is that I then follow up with, my friends gave it to me as a gag gift for my birthday.
Right.
Order this
So it's not like you get, you know what I mean? So it's like.
Yeah, I have this portrait of myself that a photographer took. It's like this really arty thing that got displayed in a gallery over in Europe somewhere. It's cool. It's like, it's just me sitting there in a white tank top, but then he used these light projections. So my skin almost looks like it's just tattooed with question marks and like different math symbols and things like that.
That's rad.
It's really, I mean, you can tell it's a projection, but it only shows up on my skin.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's cool looking, and he gave me a giant framed copy of it as a thank you for doing the shoot, which is awesome. But then when I was like finding, like, I was like, where can I put just a picture of myself in my place that isn't like, here's a cool picture of myself. So there's this one spot in my dining room where one of the entrances to my dining room has a door that always stays open, and there's like a small chunk of wall from the edge of that door to where the edge of the dining room is, and it fits perfectly right there. So the door doesn't block it, but it covers it enough where you're not like, oh, there's blatantly a picture of Allison back there. It's like, you
not
have
over
to
your
look
fireplace.
Right, you have to like look for it, and when people find it, they're like, "Oh, that's really cool," but it's not like this.
Yeah, but at least
look at this cool photo.
But you also have that same thing, right? You get to go like, "Yeah, I did this photo shoot for this guy, and he sent me a framed portrait."
And I feel like that's a weird thing, like living in LA, living in Hollywood, and doing what we do. It's like, you acquire.
Yeah, that's
you acquire pictures of yourself because it's our job to be on camera.
Yeah,
you know?
that is true.
And it's like, how do you display this shit without just looking like an egotistical asshole?
Yeah, right. Well, it's sort of like the wall that my mom got me.
I love that wall though, because that's all your projects.
Right. Yeah, which I thought was
mainly
really cool.
I love it because I'm on it.
Well,
yeah,
I love that you were the only one. I told you the story, right? You were the only one that they could that they actually had the image
got in time for
that
your
they
birthday.
got in time,
yeah.
and so we opened it up, and I'm like. No, it's interesting. It's a
picture of me and
Allison.
Allison.
Of me and Allison for me to hang on my wall, Mom.
Yeah, not even like you and Heather.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I guess.
Well, let's be honest.
But then she was like,
I am the other woman in your life,
This
Alex.
is true.
Yeah.
This is true. And I am...
You'll always be...
The other man in your life, I guess?
Yeah.
The only man.
The only man.
Tom.
I'm just saying. She's just saying she's a single woman.
Tom.
A lizard.
Maybe I should just get a lizard at this point.
Yeah. You should call it Lizard Suit Larry.
Lizard Suit Larry.
Also very good.
It's
all
my
of
lizard.
These terrible
Lizard Suit Larry.
names.
First off, I feel like if you own a lizard, you have to name it some sort of pun of the word lizard.
I think Eddie Lizard is good because you could paint his nails. Because doesn't Eddie Izzard have like he always has his nails done?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, because he's kind of transvestite.
Yeah.
Could do some cool stuff with Eddie Lizard. Yeah.
Eddie Lizard.
Oh my god, I love it. All right. Next question.
Email or next story?
It's a story.
It's an email.
It's an email with a story, and it was one of those ones where I read the subject and I was like, we have to talk about this.
Okay.
Man raped by Sasquatch.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hello, 4-H crew. This is Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Came across this article that I knew you guys would love. Enjoy.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Colorado hunter.
Oh no.
Claims he was sexually assaulted by a Sasquatch.
Oh no.
Man.
So this dude was out walking.
Yeah.
He was going through the woods. He was going to go check on his winter cabin and see if it was all good
Yeah.
out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Sasquatch done jumped out of a tree.
Done jumped out of a tree.
Done jumped out of the tree.
Okay.
Lands in front of him.
Oh, no.
He says this thing was fit on 8 feet tall.
8 feet tall.
Punched him square in the face.
No.
He's unconscious. He wakes up. It has ripped off his pants and is trying to get at his underwear.
Oh, my gosh.
Way.
He says he stabs it in the shoulder and it runs away.
Stabs it in the shoulder with what?
His camping knife.
His erect penis, because he was kind of...
Well, I mean, yeah, he was unconscious, but he was alive.
So he shows up back at home with no pants?
Yeah, calls the cops and says, Sasquatch done just jumped out of a tree.
Did he have a bloody knife to prove it?
How drunk was he when this happened?
Yeah.
Stone cold sober. Now, the crazy thing is, the Colorado police were like, it's probably just a big, hairy dude that jumped out of the tree
Right.
and tried to sexually assault you by ripping your pants off.
Yeah.
And you stabbed him in the shoulder. Like, they didn't go, well, none of this makes sense. They were like, all right.
Part of it makes sense. It just wasn't a Sasquatch.
Sense. Yeah, but he was like, no. 8 feet tall.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So
what?
In the mountains of Colorado,
Okay.
if you're going hiking, always look to the trees. Because you never know what Sasquatch is
Has no
lurking in a
one,
tree.
done DNA testing on this damn knife?
Is there also,
no.
Is there Sasquatch spray like there's shark spray when you go swimming?
Oh, my
Why don't you
gosh.
just make
First
a
off-
Sasquatch spray.
First off, you need to make that. You will make all the
what would
money.
it smell like? What would it...
Well, you can make it smell like whatever you want. As
No,
long as it
I
smells like
can't.
something you were like, this probably is something he wouldn't like.
Oh, my gosh.
Maybe it smells like, I don't know,
What is a Sasquatch
Not a male
attracted
hunter.
not a male
What's
hunter.
the opposite of a male hunter?
A female
A female
accountant.
gatherer.
A female gatherer. Yes, a florist. You need to go to a florist.
You have to smell like a florist,
Smell like a florist.
Okay.
which just means just cover yourself in flowers.
Oh, is that what that means?
I think so. I don't know.
Oh, my God. But how crazy is it that the guy was
Yeah.
just like, I think it was a Sasquatch.
Oh, my
So we don't know if it was a
goodness.
male Sasquatch or female Sasquatch, do we?
Yeah.
He doesn't say,
yeah.
I saw it's junk or it's Virgina.
Virgina?
That's what I called it as a
Burgina?
kid because I didn't know what it was called. I thought it was a Virgina as a kid.
Are you saying burr with a B?
Burr. Yeah.
Burgina.
Burgina is what
like
you
burr,
call those.
I'm
That's
That's what we
cold.
called it. I didn't know.
Because that's where
Lord.
the cold, cold heart of a woman lives.
In our Virginas?
In her vagina.
Oh, my gosh. You guys,
Thanks for saving me there.
this
Alex.
morning, they had they had like a going away brunch after the wedding. This will make
Yeah.
sense. They had a going away brunch after the wedding. So there were a few couples that had kids that the kids weren't at the wedding, but they
Got
had
it.
come up.
Yep.
So the kids were at the brunch.
Got it.
And there was this one little girl, this couple's that I'm friends with, their little girl, she was like maybe 2 at the most, and she had this shirt on, and me and my like hungover, tired stupor, I looked at her shirt and I was like, Annie, is that a uterus on your girl's shirt?
Amazing.
And she was like, it's a koala. And I was like, oh, it was like a what is it, like a screen print of a koala.
Okay.
So it was like a gray shirt with a pink koala, but it was just the ears.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then it was like just ears curving around the like forehead. And then if you look down, it made sense that it was a koala face. But the forehead just in the ears, I was like, that's a uterus, isn't it?
Did she have to then explain to her what a uterus was? Did she ask what it was?
I don't think it was an
No,
earshot of the
I
kid.
asked her
She asked the mom.
Her mom.
Yeah. No, I did
Did you
not have to
explain to her
explain
mom?
to this child's mother
That
what a
would be
uterus
amazing.
was.
No, but that would be amazing if you walked up to the little girl and you were like,
But also-
hey, Lizzie,
part of me was like,
is that a uterus
part
on
of me
your
was like,
shirt?
it's 2017. Like, people are
Yeah.
getting super, like, politically active
Yeah.
about stuff. Like, maybe we're putting
true.
2-year-olds in
Yeah.
uterus shirts. I don't know.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, this is where I came from, my uterus.
Yeah.
Stay out of it, government. And you're like, why would you put that on
Yeah.
your little child?
Because she doesn't want anyone in her uterus either.
No, she's like,
Huh.
I have a uterus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I get it. No, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
on board as long as they're
I
vaccinated.
stay away from
Yeah.
them too. They're very scary.
Children, yeah.
Kids.
uterus.
Oh, uteri. Yep.
And
I got
All
you.
of the above.
all of the above.
Yeah.
Basically anything that has to do with a woman, Tom is like, not
terrified.
interested.
Ah!
Only at night with the lights off and my penis.
Oh, my gosh.
And they have to be nowhere in sight. So
Yeah.
it's
I can't see them. Just tell me where to put it.
Then I'm okay.
then
I don't
I know what
trust
to do.
women. I want to see them and then jerk off in the corner. That's the safest
That's why
way
me and Jen
for me
don't
to
have
do
kids.
It. Yeah, right. Yeah.
They've never actually had sex.
They've never touched physically.
Yeah.
No. You're making
No.
me sweat over here. Tom.
It is. So I don't think Alex turned on the AC like he said he
I
did.
turned it on
off before the
like
Oh, you did?
45 minutes before.
It's so hot.
hot.
It dissipates.
Oh my god.
It dissipates.
All right, next.
It's so hot. How are we
Well,
doing on time?
Yeah, what do we
I
got?
started this late. The
What?
timer late.
What?
I started the timer late.
Oh, so you fucked up on your
4
timer
minutes.
duty?
So-
All right,
it's
guys, let's just
4
talk
minutes.
real quick. Let's
Okay,
just talk
real quick. Yeah.
Real quick. I know people are sick of hearing about my Tesla stories.
Oh, God.
I'm not.
I am. I think I'm the only one.
So 2 fun Tesla stories.
Okay, 2 fun Tesla stories. Go.
By the time we record next weekend,
okay,
my house, a.k.a. this studio,
okay,
will be one of less than 100 houses
okay,
that will have a Tesla Powerwall 2 installed in it.
Oh.
They are coming out on Friday.
How sexy.
And installing the Powerwall. And the guy was like, just so you know, here's all the stuff that you should know about the fact that, like, essentially he was like, we're going to install it.
Yeah.
You are one of the first 100 people to ever have them.
So you're like beta.
That's awesome.
So these guys could fuck shit up because they don't know what the fuck is going on because they've only installed less than 100.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's a cool Tesla story.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool.
And in that same Tesla story, fuck the LADWP.
Oh, God. What's happening now?
Fuck the First off, fuck the LADWP because I still don't have solar.
We thought we did.
I know. I've been off. No, I'm on solar. No, I'm not on solar. No, I'm on solar. No, I'm not.
What's happening?
They need to put a solar net meter in instead of the regular meter, but the process is all fucked up. I was hoping it would happen soon. Anyway, that is
annoying.
Oh my gosh.
Annoying as shit.
Okay.
But the real annoying as shit thing is the LADWP has still
what?
The LADWP.
Okay, there we go.
Is still not allowing people to time shift their solar energy using a Powerwall.
What
so
is
the
that?
whole concept of getting the Powerwall, the thing that gets excited.
So you can save the energy at night and use it during the day.
No, the opposite. You charge the battery during the day.
Oh, right,
when you're making
and then,
solar.
Yeah.
And then you can use that energy before you start pulling energy from the grid.
Right.
So it just makes it allows you to use less grid energy, even though the net might have been the same because you're still feeding that energy back to the grid. So they're paying you for it, and then you're buying it back from them. But it just makes it easier. LADWP is one of it has not said that they will let that happen. Now, their reasoning is because they don't want you to buy energy from them overnight when it's cheap, store it in the battery, and then at the peak hour, sell it back to them for profit.
Is that a thing you could actually do?
That is not a thing you could actually do with the Tesla Powerwall.
That's just their excuse.
But that's their excuse to be like, brakes, brake, pump, brakes, pump, brakes.
Really?
So, like the car, the guy was like, you're going to get this Powerwall.
Yeah.
It is a partial home backup.
Yeah.
So if we ever have, like, especially over the summer, like we have brownouts or stuff.
Right.
It automatically kicks on, and we can still use the power generated from the solar, and we can still use the power saved in the Powerwall.
Okay.
So people will be, like, the whole block will be
out, but you'll be good.
We'll be good.
So I'm just going to walk over here.
Yeah, just come over here. We'll have coffees, we'll watch TV.
Sweet. I don't drink coffee,
surf
but
on the internet.
cool. Yeah.
Maybe some tea.
Sure. Yep, tea sounds good.
Boba tea. I don't know. That's
that sounds terrible.
Anyway.
Just stop at tea.
Got it. So anyway, but they're going to do software updates to make the Powerwall do more shit as more shit is available, like the car.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Tesla story number 2.
That's cool.
This is a weird one.
Wait, that wasn't Tesla story number 2.
No, that was a part.
You snuck in a sub Tesla story.
It was still the Powerwall story.
Oh,
anyway.
man. All right. What's Tesla story number 2?
So you guys know that they are not that a while back they announced that they were not going to allow people to have lifetime unlimited supercharging on the big supercharger networks.
Right.
All that stuff. Also, one of the reasons why I bought my car when I did, because I had 2 months left on my thing, and I wanted to make sure I got in under the radar.
Yeah.
Well, randomly, yesterday, no, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before yesterday, it was Friday.
Okay.
Randomly, on Reddit, somebody posted that they said, I just got off the phone with my Tesla dealer, and he told me that if you buy a car today, that you will have unlimited supercharging associated with you as a person. And that any car you buy after that, a Model S or Model X, will have lifetime unlimited charging. And everybody was like, that sounds really weird.
Yeah.
What? No, doubt it.
Yeah.
Because what happens to all those people that have had a car in that window and are paying for supercharging? So Tesla did not put out any information about this. They did not release a press release. It was just people going, I think, I called my guy and this is what they said. I just came back from a test drive and this is what they said. And it was all this crazy stuff.
Okay.
They have quietly grandfathered in every single person that has owned a Tesla since Friday.
Yeah.
Now has lifetime unlimited supercharging.
Oh, wow.
They've rolled back the limits, paid people back what they had paid for supercharging, and if you use the referral code, because you get referral codes to be like, if you want to buy a Tesla, I can give you a code. It'll save you $1,000.
Great.
But now I have the first 5 of those codes
come with the unlimited
give
charging.
The car that you buy unlimited supercharging.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Now I want one.
And I'm now and it's really crazy because I bought the car and I was like, I love this car, and then I was like, boy, they make faster versions of this. Like I got the lowest version, that have, longer time and all this stuff, and I was like, I was really thinking like, man, it's going to suck when in 3 years I could get a better one.
Alison just smashed her face on the microphone.
How did that even happen? This is why we shouldn't do video. So Alison was just staring at me, deadpan stare, and then all of a sudden, it was as if her mic attacked her face. So clearly, she moved her neck in a way. No. I don't know what happened. But did you sneeze or something?
I kicked the mic stand with my
the mic stand. She hit herself in the face.
Didn't move.
That was amazing.
I just smashed my lip into my teeth and it hurt so bad.
Oh my God, Alison. This is why we need to set these mics more.
I was so bored of your Tesla story, I had to cause myself physical harm.
She was like, I know how to get out of this story. Wham! Oh no!
Really
let's talk about
hurt.
something else. Anyway, I'm super excited because now I can buy Tesla Model S's and Model X's and get the newest stuff and move forward and still not have to worry about it.
That's super exciting, and I also feel like that means in like 6 months, Elon Musk is going to come out with something, and we're going to realize why all this happened. Like, there's a reason.
Well, so one of the speculations is that the Model 3, which is the lower end entry level model that's coming out soon. That they want to3differentiate that from the luxury of the S and the X. And so one of the things is that the Model 3s will not have unlimited supercharging, because it does say very specifically for for your lifetime, any new Model S or X.
Oh, it's very specific about that type of
S
car.
or X, which means it would not be that on a 3.
Right.
Not that I would want a 3 because they're
that makes
less.
Sense. All right.
Yeah, who wants
anyway,
3?
All right.
Before I lose all feeling in my lip,
say some things.
I gotta do my weekly shout out. If for some reason you're just listening to this podcast for the first time now,
hey, welcome.
Thank you. Keep listening. I'm also in the midst of a 10-week campaign to raise money for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society (LLS), and I'm doing a call to action to all of our listeners to donate $30-ish if they can during this campaign. I'm now in week 8. Which is insane. I've been doing this for so long.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. And I'm doing this because my uncle is currently fighting stage 4 lymphoma. And so many people have donated. And every week I feel like it's going to be the week where I only get 2 donations and still so many more donations come in. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to read off the people who donated this week because you guys are this week's rock stars. Tatiana Torres, who we love.
Tatiana? We love Tatiana.
We love her on this
Tatiana.
podcast.
Come on.
Longtime fan. Todd Shearer, Stephen Fisher, Alan Tenorio. Yes.
Alan Tenorio.
I got an anonymous donation, but it did come, according to the notes, 100% spider free.
Great.
So thank you.
I'm so anonymous.
Yes. David Lazo, Cirillo Rudolfo. Nice. Yeah. Joseph Kalinsky.
That is like as Italian a name as you can get.
Right?
Cirillo Rodolfo.
Yeah. Cassandra Ganeros. Oh, okay. This person said he will donate more if I pronounce his name right.
Oh, drum roll, please.
So first name Barry. Got that.
Got it.
And then that's it.
Here we go.
Own Mice. I'm going to go with Own Mice.
You didn't look it up before you came
Own
here.
Mice.
No,
You're
I didn't look it up. It's OHNMEISS. So Own Mice or Own Mice. It might be Own Mice if it's like German.
Yeah, but you just said Own Mice is what you're going
right.
with.
Mice
Anyways,
or Own Mice. Yeah, I didn't say I have to say it right on the first try.
Okay, all right.
So Own Mice or Own Mice. I'm going with that.
Okay, let's see what
Lloyd
happens.
Navias, Cindy Morrison. Here we go, bringing it back around.
Yeah.
Roger Chow.
Hey, Roger Chow.
He donated for every email we've read on the podcast.
Oh, great.
So at that time, it was 4, but now we've just read another one of his emails.
Roger.
So, Roger, I think you got to donate again.
Challenge. We did, and by the way, I didn't know that you wrote that in the.
No, I know. That's why when you said his name, I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is going to get awesome. Russell Duncan, and then one of my favorites, one of our listeners from Belgium, who literally wrote his name out like this. Me, clear throat, heel, meaning Michiel.
Amazing.
I love it.
Posunier. or Poseneer.
Michiel.
But he literally wrote me, clear throat, heal. And that's what he wrote as the name of the donate. Like that, that's the official name.
Amazing.
That wasn't in the notes.
Amazing.
That's how his name came up in the donation. So thank you guys so much. I've tweeted out the link multiple times. I'll probably tweet it out again this week. It's also in the bio of my Instagram, so you can find the link and donate. And I so appreciate everyone who donates. Thank you.
Well, it's a great cause, too.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And again, if you work for alcohol company,
if you work for alcohol,
we've
heard
I work for alcohol. Technically,
shoot us an email.
I literally work.
Shoot us an email because we want to sponsor for San Diego Comic-Con. And that is it. Oh wait, no. First off, I gotta say you can send us emails. At halfhourhappyhourfans@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter, halfhourhappyhr. Please subscribe to us on iTunes or Stitcher or Google Play or whatever you listen to us on. Please rate us, validate us, share us with your friends.
Yeah.
There we go. And that's it for this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
I'm Alex Albrecht. Sitting in with us is the best flight engineer in the damn near podcast universe, Tom Super Volcano Krajewski. All right, people, be well.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.